Welcome to a special guest edition of the Holy Shit Podcast. It's your boy ABE from DET.
My name is Chuck Jordan.
And today we got the one, the only California native himself, Soto 619 is in the building. What's up, brother?
Thank you guys for having me. What is going on, guys?
Nothing much. Had to get you on, talk some pro wrestling.
Absolutely, man. The one thing we all love and enjoy.
Exactly. And
no off seasons, too.
No off seasons. No off season. But speaking of love and enjoy it, what wrestler or storyline got you into loving professional wrestling?
So, let's see. I've been into this thing for 25 years now. So I'm not much older than that. But taking it back to about 1999, Rock, Mankind, and Triple H, Stone Cold, just that era, that definitely got me into it. It's kind of hard to remember the whole storyline when you're about 5-6 years old, right? But absolutely love that time. That definitely got me into it. I had all the action figures, had all the toys, would go to the live events as a kid. But yeah, I mean, the Rock and Mankind for sure definitely got me into it.
Now, we brought up what got you into it. My next question is, who is your personal GOAT? Now, this doesn't have to be who has the most accolades. This is Soto. When Soto's in his head, he thinks, this is my number one guy. Who is that?
Well, I think with the name itself, Soto 619 kind of throws out the character. And
Dominic Mysterio.
That's very, you know what? He came from the guy's 2-bedroom apartment, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, Rey Mysterio, absolutely, 100%. Being born and raised in San Diego, I always, admired the little guy. And, I've seen him from the beginning in WWE, but I would also see some of his matches back in WCW, ECW. Big fan. I've met the guy so many times, more than 5 times. I've met Dominic multiple times as well. Yeah. I have a crazy story of actually meeting Ray for the very first time.
Let's hear it.
Let's do it. I'll do it. It's a quick one. 7th grade, approximately 07-ish. My grandma is the owner of a barbershop that she worked with, was the bodyguard for Rey Mysterio. And so we ended up going to his house with the bodyguard, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. All I saw was the 619 on the floor, and watching all the documentaries and all that stuff, I already knew where I was headed. Walking into the house of, Rey Mysterio, I see Dominic, I see Aaliyah, I see his wife, I see his parents sitting on the couch, and I'm like, I feel like I know you guys because I've seen y'all's documentary, I've seen Ray's documentary, I've seen you guys multiple times. And it didn't even stop there. That same day, he was actually doing a job for Ray because it was a live showing in Mexico. So right across the border, 20-30 minute drive. We were backstage at a live event where then I got to meet Triple H doing the chop. I got to meet Shelton Benjamin, Umaga, rest in peace. Chavo Guerrero. Man, who else did I meet? That's all I can remember off the top of my head real quick, but it was the best time ever.
Man, damn good time. Sounds like it, man. So you got to see Ray around his family. Can I get some inside scoop? Is he really a deadbeat dad, or is that just
He was good to me. He was good to me, man. As a kid, I'm sure it was different for Dom, but as a fan, he was good to me.
All right. Well, Chuck's got a couple questions for you too.
Lay it down, Chuck.
First question is, who is on your Mount Rushmore?
Oh my God.
I like it. The power.
Yeah.
The power, man. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Is that what? 4 people? I believe. Four spots. That's a tough one. I'm going to go through, I guess, generations. Generations on. And what I mean by that is me growing up from, within the last 25 years. I definitely say The Rock, whether he's a heel, whether he's a face. I love him. I love his character. I love to hate him too. It's great. That's when they're doing their job, and he does a great job as a heel too. I have to go with Ray. Ray's always going to be in my top just because he's the little guy.
Yeah.
from the 619, taking down the big guys. I remember the Royal Rumble in 06. I remember him winning at WrestleMania 22, the world title. That was the biggest thing for me, most excitement, especially after Eddie's passing.
Yeah.
I would put Eddie on here, and as it was between Eddie and Ray, but Ray is just, I just love Ray much more.
Yeah.
But rest in peace, Eddie. Big shout out to him. Next up would be John Cena. Met the guy multiple times as well. Great guy outside of the ring. Obviously, great performer in the ring. And then start kicking off the newer generation. It'd have to be Roman Reigns.
Ooh, the chief himself. So yeah, The Rock, Rey Mysterio. Who was the third
John
one?
Cena.
John Cena and Roman Reigns. That's a great list, sir.
Thank you,
Damn
guys.
good list. Damn good list, right?
I'd love to hear you guys'.
My Mount Rushmore, I have Ric Flair. I've got Hulk Hogan. I know this is not personal. This is just professional
I
wrestling.
usually leave
people.
when he says that, but I'll stay around.
Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, and my fourth is Chris Jericho.
That's a good list.
Chuck.
Good list.
Stone Cold, Rock, Randy Orton, and Paul Heyman. But I say Paul Heyman because I couldn't decide between Brock Lesnar and Roman. But I do know the one thing that they both have in common is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Paul Heyman.
That's one person I'd love to meet and just pick his brain. Just hear stories.
Man,
oh man,
stories, man.
I guess I can say CM Punk too.
Yeah, CM Punk.
They're all Heyman guys.
Yeah, any Heyman guy. So are you talking about Ryback too?
You know, I was actually a fan of the big guy. No, I'm serious. I was really a fan of the big guy. That's why I call myself the big guy. He messed up. He'll never come back. But if he could just keep his mouth closed,
messing up. He doesn't stop messing up. Every day he makes sure he can never come back to anyone.
Yeah.
Well, it's good list for both of you guys.
What was that?
I said good list for both of you guys.
Appreciate that.
For sure.
Let's get into some current pro wrestling.
Wait, I got a second question real fast.
Oh, you got a second question? Okay, surprise question.
If you can book WrestleMania 3 matches, you're booking. What matches are you booking?
As of right now in current modern era?
Yes, and remember you got WrestleMania. I mean, you got Royal Rumble to add any spices, but using current roster.
Okay.
Right now.
3 matches.
Roster
3 matches.
Right now. Well, I think taking us there, throwing in the Royal Rumble, we could definitely. I need more women in WrestleMania, so I think historically speaking, we haven't had a singles non-title women's match since I want to say WrestleMania 22. And that was a bra and panties match, and that was the only non-title singles women's match. So it's been what, 18 years?
Wow, I didn't even realize that. That's a great fact.
Look it up. I'm pretty sure it's WrestleMania 22. Yeah, and it was a short match. It was maybe less than 6 minutes for the entire match.
Right.
And honestly, I thought last year at WrestleMania 40 we were going to get probably Bianca versus Jade, but everybody was saying it was too soon. But I think now with their friendship evolving, I would love to see those two go at it. But we need to do it right. And there's a couple things that we can do to make it right. Let me add in real quick Tiffany and Nia Jax. I would love to see those two women take the titles from Bianca and Jade, only to see Tiffany Stratton as their tag team champions cash in on Nia Jax, because they would hold the titles together, which then you would have 2 tag team champions go against each other on the women's side, which we haven't seen since Ray and Eddie at WrestleMania. Was it 21? WrestleMania 21. It was WrestleMania 21 in Hollywood. Yeah.
Well, that's a good way to have Bianca and Jay, because they'll be blame each other for losing.
Yes, yes. So I would love to see something different for the women. Just add up some spice, and then obviously it would add some spice between Tiffany and Nia because they would be tag team champions, and she would have to be partners as a champion. Seeing her partner take the title away from her, I think it would just add to the drama. It would be perfect.
Right, man.
Um, and then I think everybody wants to see Rock and Roman in some capacity. I think we're all done with the Cody and Roman storytelling for we've had it for 2 back-to-back WrestleManias. I don't think we need it for a third one. Plus, it looks like they're squashing the beef on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Nadia versus Tiffany, Jay versus Bianca, and Roman Reigns versus the final boss.
Now, who has the title going into to WrestleMania with that? What
for which one?
Rock
for
and
the Rock and Roman.
I don't think you need a title, to be honest. But
Cody still has a title.
I'm just saying I don't think you need a title. But if you did go into it with the title, I think Rock would take the title off of Cody probably at Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
kind of doing something similar to what he did when he came back a couple years back. When him and Cena went at it for the title, and then Cena took it off of him. But at the same time, I don't think it needs a title, only because we've already seen Roman Reigns for such a long run with the title. They don't need to put another title on Roman for a very long time.
Yeah, 100%. But getting the bad blood, I don't want to break down the whole card, but best match and best moment in your opinion.
Best match, and
because
best
they
moment.
may not be the same thing,
Okay, I think it's the most obvious for best match. It was the opening match that everybody wanted for the main event. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre put on a hell of a show. They put on a hell of an event, and if I'm not mistaken, they brought back the Blades.
The Blades.
Yeah.
Blading.
The cutting. Oh, yes.
Yeah. I don't know how much I can say.
Even though I thought that tool case by itself could have cut a man open, but
yeah. It was great.
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
That was great. I love that they changed the cell back to what, gray, silver, whatever you want to call it.
The red,
it's not red
ridiculous
anymore. Yeah, it's too much. But they put on a hell of a show. They did great. They tore it down, and they ended their storyline in a great way.
Yeah.
The moment of the night, honestly, for me, what felt bigger was the return of Jimmy over The Rock. I prefer Jimmy showing up. I think also with The Rock, it overshadowed Jimmy just a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
I tried to touch on Jimmy a little bit more because we definitely wanted him more than we wanted The Rock, at least that night.
100%. Now, we talked about the good. We got to talk about the bad. Your thoughts on the ending of Liv and Rhea and that whole confusion. How did you feel watching that?
Okay, it was funny up until the where we saw, Dominic used as a piñata. That was funny. I was laughing my ass off watching him get whacked. It was very underwhelming the way Raquel showed up and just started going to town on Rhea. It was just, I don't know. And then they stopped the match. They rang the bell, but she still had her cover. I think it shouldn't have stopped the match. I think they should have just let her cover. I think it would have added a little bit more. But yeah, I'm sure there was a botch in there somewhere where there was the ref's call or something.
100%.
I felt so bad for her because I was actually looking forward for her to return, and that entire building was silent when she came on. I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
They could have done something better.
Ooh.
Much better. They could have done that. That was
how do you think? I'm sure you guys have talked about it. How do you guys think they could have done better with that return for her?
Me personally, I felt like she should have not come straight down the ramp while Dominic was hanging. I thought she should have came like by the announcer's table. That way the ref is focused on Dominic. Ooh. And then she helps Liv get up. And then Liv is kind of like ready, and then Rhea sees it and starts going into the ring. Or just a spot where the referee's trying to get Dominic and Rhea gets in the ring, and then Raquel's in there, slams her, covers her up with Liv, and then Dominic finally gets down, and the referee goes back and of course counts. And then you see Raquel kind of helping Dominic up and stuff, and Liv's laughing or whatever it was. But her passing the ref and the ref seeing her, I believe I think she was following her marks on go down there, slam her, cover Liv up. Cover her up with Liv. I the fact that the ref, I don't think the ref was in his right spot to where Liv could have been distracting the ref when Dominic was being a human pinata, or the ref going out and Rhea going back in and then getting. I think it was just them crossing. The ref couldn't act like he didn't see it, so he had to ring the bell. I just think she followed her marks, but of course it didn't hit.
Yeah, it was definitely the ref's fault. I'm not blaming Raquel one bit. She was ready to come back. She was in great shape. They should have did her better for sure.
I think it would have been good too if the match would have ended, and then she would have shown up at the end too. I think that would have been good, where she would have went on the attack on Rhea. I think that would have been fine. But I think ending in a no contest was the right call. It just wasn't executed the right way.
I don't like how they built Mommy up to where she looks like the Terminator. That's me. I've been saying it for a while. I was like, I enjoy Mommy. I love Mommy's performances, but Rhea Ripley looks like even like just this recently on Thursday night when Raquel is supposed to be the muscle, and Raquel ran at her, she hit her and she was threw her on the ground and darted towards Liv. Even Dominic got knocked out. I'm like, why is she so strong?
Yeah.
She got that Hulk in her.
Right, she got that Hulk in her.
I know she got that rage, but Jesus, like if Raquel is supposed to come back as that, like I said, she should have had that Tamina built to where when she runs at her, she gets kicked or knocked, and Raquel knocks her down. And whereas like she has to overcome Raquel to be able to get to Liv. Like how Tamina was back in the day. Even though Tamina didn't win nothing big, whenever Tamina was a bodyguard for somebody, she was a bodyguard.
Yeah,
you had to get in the ring and physically beat her to get to the champ. And I just felt like they should have did that for her, but they got right now they got her just as weak as Liv. Like they both running.
Damn.
Yeah. We got a little spill from Bad Blood into SmackDown this week, and I want to get your thoughts on that. On Bad Blood, we showed a new revolution in the world of professional wrestling where things happen behind the camera and they are letting the fans tape it and display it. I'm talking about Kevin Owens jumping Cody Rhodes. That transpired over into SmackDown where him and Randy got into it. And then there's footage now of him and Randy fighting in the back, him stumping out Randy. Can I get your whole thoughts on this whole Kevin Owens, Randy, Cody situation, this whole three-way turmoil? Where do you see it going?
Yeah, I was honestly surprised that the show ended and that they did this off TV.
Yeah.
Especially with such a big turn and a big moment that they've been teasing it week after week after week with Kevin Owens with the chair in his hand, where it looked like he was just going to finally turn on Cody, which we all know, watching this business, that it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of when. And the fact that it happened off TV was something that was new, but it also, I think it diminished the pop that they definitely would have gotten in the ring.
Yeah.
But because it's new, it's interesting to hear about it, because as I was doing my recaps, because I do recaps after every show, everybody was like, did you see what happened to Kevin Owens and Cody? And I was like, what happened? And so then I had to go and do my research and be like, imagine for your casual fan that doesn't keep up like this, they gotta wait until the following week to find out what happened between Kevin and Cody. Like, man, that was 4 days ago.
And you're a content creator like us. We're live right after the show. We have people in our comments telling us this is going on. We got to research and already stick to our script. So that was hell, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But it's a good
I thought it was wonderful.
Exactly. I think it's a good twist because it's something new. It's something fresh. It just diminishes the pop that it would have gotten in the ring and on TV.
Yeah.
The only thing I liked about it was the fact that it felt real.
Yeah.
Because usually, like as a fan since I've been watching since a kid, it's like, so they only fight when they come out, and then they go back in the locker room. They're not fighting no more.
Right.
They're not fighting backstage. They're traveling. No, you never see. The only time we ever saw a brawl outside of the ring was Austin Rock and Austin Booker.
Oh yeah, in the grocery store. In the
hospital. It was like this is the only time we ever see them like out in the wild fighting. So it's like they don't fight any other time. So to see Rock have his moment, Jimmy have his moment, cameras go off, and then we're live, and it's like Kevin snapped. Kevin, what? Now it feels real. Like, oh, he really snapped on him. And then my dumb self was like, y'all see the car he's driving? Like the car Kevin had was sweet. They like, brother, did you not see the fight? I'm like, yeah, the fight was nice, but you see the car?
Right.
Right, Kev?
Now, where do you see Randy playing into this now that he's attacked Randy as well? Do you see that tag team crumbling or?
I think definitely it's gonna crumble within time. It's not gonna be
Yeah.
right away. You know, Randy, I'm sure will forgive him or whatnot. But I can see it coming down to where Randy is either a special guest referee or has to be ringside. You know, to be the middle guy between the two of them to
Are
make sure
you
that they don't keep
enjoying
attacking each other.
are you enjoying babyface Randy right now, or would you rather have
Mm,
heel Randy?
I love Hill Randy. Hill Randy is everything, man.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
a he's a monster. Babyface Randy is funny
Yeah.
because we know how much of a monster he can be, and I'm just waiting for his turn. Because when you brought up WrestleMania matches, I wanted to throw in Cody and Randy because I want that legacy
Yeah.
feud to happen, just like everybody else.
Yep.
Um, but we never will get the full thing since Ted DiBiase will not
It,
be here. But that's
no,
another story for another
that's
day.
another yeah.
um, but no, I'm gonna definitely enjoy the crumble and the madness, and hopefully we get the Legend Killer back in his full form.
Chuck is dying to see Cody get punted. He is
Yes.
Ooh,
dying for that right now.
Because Randy, they used to ask Randy in an interview would he ever do the punt again. He was like, you know, it's still a part of my arsenal. He was like, it's just I'm not going to do it unless I'm a heel.
Right, right.
let me throw
That's a
something out
heel
at you
move.
guys. I agree with that. Let me throw something out. So we all can't wait for Randy to turn. Kevin Owens just turned.
Mhm.
What if Cody loses everything, kind of like the way Roman did. But Cody loses it to where all of his friends, everybody hates him, nobody wants to be with him, and finally he just gives in and becomes Homelander Cody. And then we get the Hulk Hogan NWO run where we have a heel Cody,
Right.
and he's just running running the town with the heels now. So
I
what do you
would
guys think about that?
I'm a big AEW mark, so I watched Cody. He is my favorite. He is my favorite wrestler, hands down. I love Cody to death. That's my guy. And I just love what he was doing as a heel before he got to AEW on the indies. So that would just be amazing. But he's making a lot of money as a babyface right now. The things that he's doing with Make-A-Wish Foundation, just flying out that band this weekend, those are great humanitarian things that I'm enjoying being done right now. So maybe a little more babyface run, just get a more good guy stuff out of him. But eventually, yes, heel Cody will be a monster.
I'm hoping Kevin gets to Randy.
I
Like
think
Yeah.
it'll happen
Kevin's
first.
like we've been fighting the bloodline for 5 years, and he just joined him. And not only did he join him, but watch this moment here when he saluted him right before he did that Jacob spot. Like he saluted this man.
Yeah.
He turned his back on us, and
Yeah.
Randy's like, you know what? It's more of a pain to defend you, Cody, than to just give in with my boy / partner. And that's what I'm hoping happens with Randy. Because
Yeah. Yeah. We
I can
will
see that.
see.
Well,
Now,
Cody's in like 5 different feuds right now. He's on or 5 different stories. He's got
yeah.
Gunther, he's got Kevin, he's got the Bloodline. Cody's just all over the
this
place.
is the first time we've seen Cody legitimately might fuck around and lose that title. Now we're getting now we're getting the run that we needed since WrestleMania.
Yeah. Finally.
But will he
Finally.
lose it to The Rock?
I'm hoping he loses it to Randy.
I
Me
think it's gonna
too.
be The Rock. I think it's gonna be The Rock.
Me too, but I don't think Randy's gonna happen soon.
Yeah, no. I see
No,
Kevin
this is
and
for
Randy doing
WrestleMania.
something.
I've seen this for WrestleMania. And
Yeah.
I even see Roman taking the People's Champ belt
Ooh.
from Rock.
Ooh.
Okay. I can see that. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
And then Randy takes the big face, I always call it the big face belt from Cody.
Yeah.
The big W.
Since we're talking about the bloodline, Rock, Roman on SmackDown, Jimmy, Roman, they were face to face, and Jimmy hinted that they need someone to take down the new bloodline. Clearly, we know they're talking about Jey Uso. Do you believe that we're heading to an bloodline 2.0 versus old school bloodline? Because the numbers don't add up. It's only going to be 4 of them. It's still, they got what's the 4? I guess it will be 4-on-4, depending on where the Rock lays, if he joins it or not. But do you see us heading in that direction? OG versus new bloodline.
100%. I feel like we've been hyping this up for the last year, and if the people don't get it this year, then I think the people are gonna be pissed.
I don't want it.
I want it.
And I want it, but I don't want it because I'm so happy Jay finally has a title. In order for Jay to join, he has to give up the title to go to SmackDown.
No, he doesn't. He could just align with his family. Cody's showing up on a weekly basis on both shows.
Yeah, yes.
Jay just showed up on NXT and on SmackDown.
He did.
Or was it no Raw, NXT, and then he was at the live show for SmackDown. But yeah, Jay's all over the place too.
Yeah, Jay's all over the place, man. He can jump around. He gets the pass, man.
If they're gonna give him the pass, then yeah, let them have like the women's tag team where they're all technically on every brand.
Yeah.
Because that's my biggest thing is I just don't want him to drop the belt. Like
But
I was like, because everybody was like, well, he's gonna have to drop the belt so he can go join Roman. I'm like, fuck that then. If that's the case, no, I'm out of it. But if he can keep the belt and go join Roman, then I'm with it. But if he has to drop the belt and go, like now I got to give up everything to join you, I'll pass. Like for me, I'll pass. We finally see the twins as separate. We like Jay has a name. He's no longer. Oh, they look alike. Like they even started not look alike.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, 100%. Earlier, I loved your passion for women's pro wrestling when you were given the WrestleMania. There's been a lot of circulation about a secondary woman title, maybe a United States title or Intercontinental title. Let's just,
or
in
both.
an imaginary world, they bring out the women's IC title. Who would you put it on first? Who deserves it right now?
Ooh, I think I'm gonna give you a heel because I think it'd be a great person to play stories with, and she's been putting in work. But I think Chelsea Green would be a good first pick.
Yes, thank you,
Chelsea Green.
I knew I wanted you on for a reason. Shout out Soto's answer. Yes,
I think Chelsea Green is good. If you were to give us kind of like the men, right? We have our mid-tier wrestlers and we have our main eventers. Chelsea Green is definitely main event material, but she fits in perfectly with that mid-card title. And I think she would be a perfect champion to start it off with. We've seen her, in her matches in Lucha Underground, in the Indies, and she can definitely put up those fights. We saw her at Money in the Bank, and she ate that ladder through those tables perfectly, and she was fine. And then she ate the other day another table through the into the dumpster. Like she can take all those falls, and she deserves it.
100%, man. 100%.
Last thing we do here is a little game. Abe, find a wrestler.
We do a game on here called Name That Wrestler, where you get 60 seconds. I got the wrestler. I'm ready.
Okay,
you can ask as many questions as you want: male, female, current roster,
short,
how many titles they won, yada yada yada, black hair, orange hair, doesn't matter. Whatever you need to ask to get to the question of naming that wrestler in 60 seconds. Are you down, Soto?
Let's do it. Are we playing together or am I playing by myself?
It's all
you're playing. I'm doing the theme song. He has the wrestler.
You're asking all the questions, and I will deliver the answers for you. I am.
Let me know when. I'm gonna look at I got the clock.
I am pulling up the man's history right now, and we are ready. You can start asking your questions now.
All right, modern day.
He is a modern day. He is currently still.
Well, I know he's a guy now. So,
man, I gave that away.
Raw or SmackDown or NXT?
He is on Raw.
Okay. Is he a current champion?
No, he is not a current champion.
Is he in a faction?
No, he is not in a faction.
Okay. Has he held a world title?
Yes, he has held a world title.
Is it Sami Zayn?
No, it's not Sami Zayn.
Okay. Let's see. He's not a part of a faction. Damn.
He's not a part of a faction.
I know, you told me.
He is a former world champion.
Does he have black hair?
He does have black hair.
He's not a part? Damn. Oh man, this is rough.
Bonus 10 seconds.
Bonus 10 seconds. Damn.
He was on the Bad Blood card. That's the only bonus we will give.
Bunk?
No.
Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
Oh. Right.
Drew.
That was rough.
Right at the last second.
Drew McIntyre, the Scottish lad himself.
I had a bunch of questions, and then I started going blank, and I was like, "Where am I going?"
Man, Soto, we appreciate you joining us, brother. It was a
Man,
damn good time.
absolutely.
Hopefully, this is the first of many, man. We can collab on more stuff, man.
Absolutely, I'd love to collab, and we can collab on videos. We can collab on this on a weekly or whatever you want to do, man. I'm open to it. I just want to make content with a bunch of creators and just do the thing that I love to do, and that's watch wrestling and
Let's do it.
involve myself in wrestling.
Yes. How can the people reach you?
Yeah, you can reach me. My number one source is through TikTok. It is Soto619, the same way it's spelled back here. Or I'm on Instagram with the letter L in front of it for L Soto619. You can find me on either of those two, and as well as YouTube. I'm on YouTube for the same thing, L Soto619. That's for the first initial in my first name, Luis.
And make sure you guys check out his post shows. A lot of people, we got a short attention spans. He runs it down. If you miss it, you can check out his post and be up to date like that. I had a post show. I missed the whole show, but thanks to Soto, I watched his clip real fast. I caught up and I was able to do my post show. So I appreciate you, brother. You saved the day that day for me.
Appreciate you, Abe. I watched them myself too, because when you said we were talking about SmackDown, I was like, what happened last week on SmackDown? Let me watch my clip.
Right.
Watched it in a minute and a half. I was like, all right, I remember all the matches. I remember all the main moments. I got it. So I watch those on a weekly basis. So that way I keep up to date too.
Right.
But once again, man, I appreciate you, Chuck. I appreciate you, Abe. Thank you guys for having me on. This was so much fun. This is the first of many. That's all I got to say about that.
First of many. But
You
until
heard what he said.
Yeah. Until the next time, though. Until the next time, though, it's your boy ABE from DET.
My name is my name, and my name is Chuck Jordan.
And my name is Soto619.
Yes.
Appreciate you.
And you've been tuning in to the Holy Shit Podcast. We out.
Media.